and welcome to American System Service Virtual Advisories. I am Angie Vasquez and this is the unit number 2 for the Blue Book. The topics for this unit are, first of all, greetings and farewells. As the second topic, we have the commands in the classroom. And finally, we will close with the subject pronouns. First of all, we will check the greetings. How to say hello in a formal and in an informal way. So let's check the vocabulary. Now, we have in an informal way, hello, hi, morning, afternoon, and evening. After those greetings, we have some questions. These are the questions. What's up? How are you? How's life? How's everything? We use those expressions with people that we know, like friends, family, relatives, and so on. What is the way to answer those questions? We have great, fine, or good, that is the same. So, when it is not too clear. Not bad is not good, but it's not bad. Bad or not too bad. Okay? Now, let's check the formal greetings. In the formal greetings, we add good. For example, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Also, we have questions. We have, how are you? Or what do you do? Those are the same expression, but they are more formal. The answers for those formal questions are very well, fine, very good, more or less, and not too bad. So notice the difference. When we have an informal greeting, we say so. But in a formal greeting, we have more or less. Okay? We use these formal greetings for formal occasions. What it means. For example, a job interview, your teachers, doctors, or people that you don't know. So you greet in a formal way. Now we will see the farewells. So the way to say goodbye in a formal and in an informal way. Now let's check the vocabulary, okay? In an informal way, we have some expressions like bye, bye-bye, see you later is when you see that person in the same day. See you soon when you don't know when are you going to see that person. And see you tomorrow when you know that you are going to see that person at the next day. Now, in a formal way, we have goodbye, good night, and have a nice day. You say have a nice day maybe in the mornings or in the afternoons. And it's really important that you make a difference between good night and good evening. Good night and good evening are used at nights, but good evening is a greeting when you go to a place and you stay there. Good night is a farewell when you say bye-bye and you go. It is important that you don't confuse them and use in the correct way. Okay? So remember, when you don't know the person, when it's a strange person, you use formal farewells. When you know people, you use the informal ones. Now, let's check the classroom commands or the instructions that the advisor gives to you. Let's check them. We have open your book. In other way, you have open your notebook. The book where you read, the notebook where you write. The opposite, we have close your book or close your notebook. The next, you have a stand up when you have your seat and you have to give up. Or sit down when you have a seat and you have to take your place. Now we have repeat after me. It is for practicing the pronunciation. So when your advisor asks you, please repeat the previous information. Listen. Please pay attention to the pronunciation and then you can repeat. Pay attention. Of course, if your advisor is talking to you, just pay attention what is he or she telling. Say it again or repeat it. It's the same information. So you can use both in order to repeat something. Let's move to the others. We have, for the abilities or skills, we have write, read if you have a text, or speak if you have a conversation. Now, if you have a question, you can use raise your hand. Yeah, you have to raise your hand. Now, spell it, please. Spell is say letter by letter a word. So, for example, in your name, as you practice in the unit number 1. Now we have, please give me the answer. If the advisor gives you a question, please try to answer it. And the last one, try to answer. If you don't know the answer, let's try. Make your best effort to answer that question. Now let's check the subject pronouns. It is about the person who makes the action in a sentence. Let's check those subject pronouns. First of all, we have the singular subject pronouns. We talk about singular when we just talk about one person. Which are they? We have I, when I talk about myself, I am Angie. You, when you specify the person you are directing your conversation or your dialogue. He, when you are talking about a man or a boy. She, when you are talking about a woman or a girl. And finally, we have it, when we are talking about an object. Now let's move to the plural subject pronouns. We talk about a plural pronoun when we talk about two or more people. In this case, we have we. We is about other people and I. You, that is the people you are talking to. Different to person, people is plural. They, when you say about people who don't participate in your dialogue or conversation, different people far away from you. They is the third person in plural. But it is important that you remember that it for objects in singular changes to they for objects in plural. Okay? So that is important. Good evening and good night are different expressions. Good evening is a greeting. Good night is a farewell. You use good evening when you arrive to a place and you start something. It's a way to say hello. Good night is a farewell and it's a different way to say goodbye. You use it when you leave a place or when you finish something. Remember that when you have objects, you use it when it's singular. But for plural nouns, we use they. For example, the pens, we use they. They are pens. For example, the chairs, they are chairs. So replace it in singular for they in plural. I suggest you to practice at home. How? Let's greet and farewell your family and relatives in a formal and in an informal way. Also, it is important that you make a list for commands of different places. For example, at the hospital, at the bank, or in normal situations that you usually have. Finally, you have to use subject pronouns for objects or people. Please remember to go to the activities in your branch. Also practice your speaking and listening activities that you have in your student book or in your workbook. I am Angie Vasquez, and it was the unit number 2 for the Blue Book from American System Service Virtual Advisories. Goodbye.